That is fantastic. Great job being back in session on time, guys. Y'all look fantastic. Are y'all feeling ready for this afternoon? Awesome. I don't have any announcements for you. I just wanted to let you know to gear up. We have so many exciting things coming before you. All right, bye.
Yes. To guess. Well, Will, I think we're finally hitting our stride.
I think so too. I actually think I got some fan mail today.
Maybe look again.
Wait. Yeah, this is from my mom.
Yeah, that makes more sense. Wait, why did she send you a postcard from Okaloosa County Municipal Courts?
Oh, okay. So there's a funny story behind this, right? She went to court because she worked for a child advocacy group and she had a court date, and one thing led to another, and then over time she kind of.
This feels a little forced, this dialogue, right?
Wait a minute. Are we being scripted right now?
What is going on here?
Okay, I'm gonna have to have I have to have a talk with our writers, but we have to move on. We don't have time to think about this right now. We gotta move on.
Yeah, that's a fabulous idea. Roll it, Furf.
What's up?
Hello.
How's it going?
Welcome back to the update. Will, how's it going today?
It's going so awesome. I'm so grateful and glad to be here because we're at the afternoon update and it's Friday. In fact, if I had to place my gratitude for being here on a number system and rate it, I would say I'm this glad to be here.
Well, alrighty then. I guess that works. Anyways, story time. So there I was last week as the writers were putting together this episode. They came up to me and they said, Kylie, what are some things in life that you love? Now, this was a profound question, one that made me consider everything I know about myself and life. It caused me to reframe my dependencies and look at the world in a different way. It made me realize that life is about more than just the crazy things that I chase.
Or at least it should have.
In reality, I blanked. I couldn't think of anything that I loved except pineapple juice. But you know what? The writers weren't really happy with me, but I promise I do actually have things that I love, but right along with that, there are some things that just do not love me. One of those things being sports. Let me tell you, sometimes sports just really don't love me.
Can I be honest with a couple things about you?
Yeah, you usually are.
First of all, who actually drinks pineapple juice? That is such cap. There's no way. That is not. I've never drank pineapple juice in my life. I didn't even know people sold pineapple juice. But I did have another question for you. Well, it was more of something I wanted to tell you. Something that you guys should all know about Kylie, right? This is compliment Kylie.
Oh no.
Right? Kylie hustles on the sports field more than anybody I've ever met in my life. And that's no cap. She's awesome. She tries so hard in sports. However, watching you play sports is kind of like watching a baby try and play the saxophone. Like, it's funny, but it doesn't really work right, and it kind of seems like it probably should be illegal. Like,
Right. Well, what can I say? We all have our special and unique little gifts and talents. Anyways, I've heard that living the sports life can be a lot harder than it seems. I know. Personally, in my life, I have spent months, maybe a few hours, training to help bring my basketball team home from this week with some glory. Yeah, where y'all at? Yeah, fantastic.
do you actually have a basketball team? Or
I do. I'm on a basketball team. Kind of exciting. Thanks. I know.
Kylie,
I apologize to them already.
I don't know what to say. I get it. I really do. Everybody, Kylie's team and every other sports team here included, you guys have put in a ton of work to try and be crowned champions. And that's awesome. So we want to shout you guys out for that. So to do that, we actually spent some time and caught up with one of the elite athletes from National Convention this week. He's a Frisbee athlete. And so we wanted to get a chance to talk to him and see what does it really look like to be a superstar athlete here at National Convention. Let's take a look at what he said.
Hi, I'm Ryan Fulmer, and I'm a Frisbee athlete with TeenPact Leadership Schools. Oh! A lot of people think playing Frisbee at a high level is easy, but it actually is super demanding. My day is carefully calculated to cultivate maximum performance. Fitness is absolutely key. You gotta have a rigorous training regimen. Diet is crazy important too. You gotta have it. But the most important thing of all for a good athlete is rest. I take every opportunity to get good sleep, and I mean every opportunity. I get it. This lifestyle is a grind. It's not for everyone, but it's the lifestyle for me. I've had to sacrifice a lot. That's the kind of strict, rigid, unforgiving lifestyle that breeds an elite athlete. And that's my goal, honestly.
Well, clearly Ryan has put in all the effort and the work needed to master the physical components of being an elite athlete. But as they always say, sports is just a mental game. It's the only thing that matters. Your physical ability doesn't even factor in.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Yeah.
Who said that? What's your name? Everybody look at Asher. He's back there. Say, bro, that's Cap. So like we said, your mental performance is everything in sports. Physical ability does not matter at all. So rather than actually wasting our time training to be good at sports and really just wasting a lot of time, we would be much better served by learning about sports. So we're going to spend today learning about sports so that we can be elite athletes someday just like Ryan. And to do that, we do have to bring out a few special people. And I think you know who that first one is. So let me introduce you to the Sultan of all seats, the King of all couches, the bona fide beanbag to beat them all. It's your man, Jim the Champ! Yeah! Don't worry, buddy, I got you. And he's back.
He made it. He made it.
Jim, Friday treating you okay? You guys, don't you love this smile? So precious.
Truly.
I love him. Joining Jim today will be resident sports expert Logan Hancock.
Hey, Logan. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Please, have a sit down.
All right. I saw the eye fall off, and I heard the cheers of concern. And honestly, there's some big, just kind of golden calf energy when it comes to the beanbag. That's a little
Jim,
scary.
Jim is
Accusing
beloved.
the people of.
Jim is beloved.
Yeah, it shows. So,
So you're a sports expert, right? Tell us about that.
Did you say sports expert?
Expert. Most sportsy man I know.
That's the first. This is the first time I'm hearing that, but it's great to be here still. I played basketball at the YMCA when I was about 10. Yeah. In my career of about, I think, like a season and a half. I didn't finish the second season. I got bored. But I think I remember taking one shot, and the whole time I was taking it, I heard the parents yelling that it was the wrong goal. So.
Oh, that's a bit of a toughie.
Yeah.
So would you say from that, and as our sports expert, that you have a lot of experience in sports?
As far as sports experience goes, in addition to YMCA basketball, I played soccer for a little bit in high school. Yeah.
Soccer!
So a fun fact about the soccer team I was on, I played for this really small Christian private school because I was a homeschooler and they let me play for them, right? And we didn't have enough players to field like all three teams, like middle school, JV, and varsity. So we basically just had one team, and so we would all play. And so when I was in about 10th grade, I would be in games and usually have my best performances against other schools' middle school teams. Yeah.
Wow.
So as far as experience goes, I guess you could say yes, but.
Well, I don't know anybody who's played on 3 soccer teams at once. It seems like your qualifications actually exceed any that I could ever have. So I'm interested to know, how do you think your sports knowledge would stack up in like a game, like a trivia contest?
I heard you say before I came out that basically like all sports is like it's a mental game and it's about the mental fortitude. If that's true, I'm LeBron James. So.
Wow. Where did you gain all of this great, vast knowledge of sports?
Like I said, the YMCA when I was 10 was pretty influential. Sometimes I see stuff on Twitter by accident. Yeah, that's about it.
Do you follow any sports accounts on Twitter?
I actually do follow a lot of sports stuff on Twitter. I like reading about it. There's kind of an old adage that goes, those who can't do teach, and I haven't tried teaching any of it yet, but if the adage is true, I will be an incredible teacher someday, so.
Wow. Would you say that Twitter has taught you everything that you know?
Twitter has taught me just about everything that I know, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Well, that's incredible to think about, and you are the LeBron James of the brain games. So,
LeBron James, you could say.
I don't even know what to say to that. Well, it's time to put that to the test. Who's ready for some sports trivia? So here's how this is going to work. Today we're going to be asking Logan some questions about sports. There's some questions that you might know the answer to. There's some questions that you might not. Some of you love sports. Some of you hate it. But you will all love this game because it involves something that can buy anyone happiness. And that is prizes. Yeah. So the way this is going to work is we're going to ask Logan these questions, and we've got some of these little stress balls in here. If Logan gets a question correct, we will move on to the next question. But if Logan gets a question wrong, we will throw a few of these sports balls into the crowd for you guys to keep. However, there's something very important. When you get one of these, hold on to it. Don't let go of it. Don't let your neighbor have it. Don't give it to anybody. Don't throw it around because it will come into effect later. So if you catch one of these balls, I'll give you a hint. You have officially been casted into the afternoon show. So don't hold on to these with your life and get into Logan's head so that we can get rid of as many of these as possible. Does that sound like something we can do? That's what I thought. All right, Logan, how are you feeling? Are you ready to get started?
Honestly, trivia lends itself to my strengths. A lot of people play sports because of their family. And similarly, a shout out to my brother. He was a collegiate quiz bowl athlete, which is a thing. It's like competitive college Jeopardy. He did that. No sports in the family at all, but college quiz bowl is there. So trivia lends itself to my strengths.
I'm never going to forget the sentence competitive college Jeopardy as long as I live.
Wow. Logan, we just want to go ahead and jump straight into this since you're so confident in your abilities.
I'm ready.
Oh, he's ready, guys, apparently. Let's see if you are. Your first question. Who is the youngest player in NBA history to record a triple-double?
So who is the youngest player, or how young were they?
Who is the youngest?
Okay. The youngest player in NBA history, I remember hearing something about this happening. Is it Luka Doncic?
That is incorrect. The answer we were looking for, Logan, was in fact LaMelo Ball. It happened this season. He is the best basketball player to ever live.
Debatable.
Sorry?
He's 12, dude.
He
Give him
is
a break.
12 years old. That is correct. So the next question, you got that one wrong, but you've got hope because the next one is probably fits more into your strengths. I know you're an NFL guy.
I love the NFL.
The NFL is one of your strengths. This is not an NFL question. It does fit into one of your other strengths, though, which is eating pizza.
Yeah.
So this is a question about the world-famous ESPN broadcasted sport acrobatic pizza spinning. And so the question is, who is the current reigning champion in the world of acrobatic pizza spinning?
Okay, so based on the last question being LaMelo Ball, I feel like you wouldn't put LaMelo Ball twice in a row. So just by process of elimination, he's out.
Well, you've narrowed it down really great now.
And I'm gonna guess. People are yelling out names and I can't understand any of them, and it's not helpful.
Y'all are really, really sure you know who the best pizza spinner in the world is.
But one name that I did hear that sticks out was Shaquille O'Neal. Because that man has diversified his career. I've seen him in Old Spice commercials. I've seen him play basketball. So I feel like pizza spinning would be in his wheelhouse.
Is that your final answer?
That's my final answer.
That is incorrect.
It's coming.
The answer that we were, in fact, looking for is Tomi Gemiyami. So if you ever see him walking around the streets, know that he's good at pizza spinning acrobatically. I don't know if y'all tuned in during quarantine to this, but there was one day, you know, when all the sports shut down, when ESPN did the Ocho a little bit early.
I love the Ocho.
Yeah, it was a great day, let me tell you. I had a glorious time that day. I literally sat down on my couch, and the whole day I just watched these, like, the weirdest, like, figure-8 school bus driving. My favorite competition that I watched was probably marble racing. I don't know if any of y'all, yeah, I'm a big fan now. You pretty much just sit there for like 2 hours and watch the marbles go ooh, all the way down. I definitely recommend it. Moving on to our next question, though.
All right.
Logan.
Which of the following is not a way that a Chicago Cubs baseball player has been seriously injured? Is it A, sneezing too violently, B, changing pants too quickly, C, playing the trumpet, or D, using a computer?
So I'm gonna go with C.
That is correct.
Greg, round of applause.
Fantastic. We're going to go ahead and move on to our next question since Logan did get that one right. And this question is, which of the following locations has hosted the least amount of golf games? A, the Sahara Desert. B, the moon. Or C, the Korean demilitarized zone.
Did you say has hosted the least amount of golf games?
The least amount of golf games.
All right. Here's the thought process here. The thought process here is golf on the moon would be interesting. I feel like somebody would try it, but the problem that I see is just gravity. But I feel like someone would do it. And I feel like the Sahara Desert, someone would do it for just like the experience of being in the Sahara Desert. It's like a sand bunker, like people play in those all the time, usually by accident. And then the Korean demilitarized zone is just like terrifying to like walk in. And so I would guess golf is like a no-go. So I'm gonna go with what was it? Was it B, the Korean demilitarized?
That was option C.
C, that's C. I'm gonna go with that as the one that has hosted the least golf games.
And that is incorrect. The answer we were looking for was the Sahara Desert. All right. Our next question. All right. Logan, we have 2 more questions after this for you. So
Okay.
You have a chance to really, really change the game here, if you so choose.
You
So
gotta start to shine.
our next question is a little bit more of a personal question to me, at least. How many concussions do each of your hosts, Will and Kylie, have?
In total or each?
Individually.
Do you guys have the same amount? Is that?
No.
No.
I have to give separate answers?
Yes.
Separate answers.
So one for Will and one for Kylie?
Yes.
For some reason, I feel like Kylie has more than Will. Because here's the thing. Will was a football player, but he wears a helmet. So, like, concussions still happen. Kylie just lives her life, and I have never seen her once wearing a helmet. And I've seen her hit her head a lot. So I'm going to go with Kylie has had 3, and Will has had 2.
Kylie has had 3. I have had none.
So that is incorrect.
I got it in.
Fantastic. Now, to give a little bit of backstory, concussion 1. There I was, about 8 years old, thinking I was really cool. And I decided to try to do a handstand on a concrete bench. Turns out I can't do a handstand on a concrete bench, so that didn't go well. Concussion number 2, I was at the Air and Space Museum in Washington, D.C.
What is
great
happening?
place. I've got some memories there. So there I was, one of the planes. You know how they have all the guardrails around them? Yeah. Dear young Kylie thought it would be a fantastic idea to try to do a backflip off of one of those.
In the museum?
Yeah, in a museum. So
Well,
I've never done a backflip in my life before. That moment happened, and that record still stands. Never done a backflip in my life, but I've got some concussions. Concussion number 3, I think we even touched on it earlier this week here on the show. It's trying to ride an elliptical stand-up bike.
I'm
like that. Yeah.
sorry. I have to.
Yeah.
I'm feeling like ill, like thinking about this. So we're gonna move on to our last question, and this one is one. Let me just say, if you get it wrong, there's some serious consequences to it. So, what sport and position did your CEO, Mr. Peter Martin, play in high school, and do you think he was any good?
Okay, so here's a few things that I know about Mr. Martin. I know he's from Minnesota originally. Minnesota is a massive hockey state. Additionally, I have been in his office, and he has a picture of a high school hockey team, and I'm assuming it's his because it'd be a little weird if it wasn't. So I'm going to say, based on the Minnesota fact and seeing that picture on the shelf in his office, that he played hockey. And I honestly do not know any positions in hockey other than forward and goalkeeper. And I'm going to say Mr. Martin was a goalkeeper.
Mr. Martin was an offensive center in the game of football, and yes, he was fantastic. All right, guys. So that brings us to the end of our trivia game, but not the end of our adventures together, and here's the reason why. If you have a ball, go ahead and hold it straight up in the air. Logan,
That
would
is
you
a
mind
lot.
joining us up here, please?
I would
Classic
love to.
Logan, yeah, come
So,
on up.
Logan,
Oh, Logan.
Guys,
Hold on. You
It's
are
just
what
a
we
beanbag,
call,
guys.
Logan,
It is just a
in
beanbag.
colloquial terms, the loser. So, since you are the loser, go stand in the loser's corner over there. We'll take your microphone. And if you have a ball in your hands, you now have the opportunity to leave your seat, and in the next 1 minute, throw your stress ball as hard as you can at Logan Hancock.
Now there's going to be a bit of a process.
Please do not aim for his face.
Please come.
Please be gentle.
Form a line. Form a line. Yep. All righty. Let's go ahead and get that music.
You have one attempt.
Let's make sure that we do not throw them at his face and that we leave no lasting consequences on Logan. Be kind. Remember, Logan is already suffering from the blow of his defeat in trivia.
Quite a lot. As soon as
Please
you've thrown
stay
it,
at
go ahead and
least
take your
15
seat.
feet
As
away
soon as
from
you've thrown
Logan
it, go ahead and take your seat.
as you throw the ball.
As soon as you've thrown it, go and take your seat.
Every
Quickly,
person
quickly.
who caught a ball gets one throw.
Time is of the essence. I just want to warn you while you're throwing these, Logan does faint easily, so be careful. All right, Luke, don't let me down. Perfect.
It does appear.
Well done, everybody. So, Logan, thank you for playing with us. Everybody say goodbye to Logan as he takes his seat backstage.
Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Hey, great game.
It was a pleasure. Fantastic. Well, yes. Just like that, our time is just about over. So as the baseball glove said to the baseball,
Oh, no.
catch you later.
Oh, why? Okay, so I hope you guys learned a lot about sports because based on what just came out of Kylie's mouth, I'm not sure she learned a thing. So I'm going to leave now, but it's okay because today was sick.
Tomorrow will be snazzy.
But we'll update you when it happens. Bye.
Bye.
Well, I did not play volleyball in high school, but you can come and watch this afternoon. I'm not talking too much about that, am I? All right. And for Logan's benefit, that picture in my office of a hockey team is my dad in college. So otherwise, why would I have a weird picture? It's because of my dad. So. Today, we have a couple of awards that we're going to be giving out. And the first one is the Jimmy Brazell Community Impact Scholarship Award. We gave the Tim Eccles Scholarship Award earlier this week, and Mr. Eccles was here to present that, which was great to have him here with us. As we share at the state classes, you have the opportunity to participate in that scholarship or in this one with the Jimmy Brazell family. And Jimmy was a student, as you've heard. He was a staffer. He took the love of Jesus Christ all around the world, locally in his community, around the United States as he traveled with TeenPact and other missionary organizations, and then around the world. Over the last several years, we have been working with the Jimmy Brazell family to award 3 scholarships at National Convention for students that submit essays. And in that time, I've received over 200 essays. And it is such a blessing to read those, to see the impact that you are making. And one of my favorite days of the year is when I have a chance to talk to Mr. Brazell. And we talk through the essays, we talk about the impact that you are making, and we select the top 3 winners. So it's my pleasure this afternoon to announce the 3 winners. The third winner, coming in third from Oregon, the great state of Oregon, is Faith Bijot. I hope I got that right. The number 2 award, the second, so the first runner-up from the great state of Michigan, was a young man named Christian Conway. Please congratulate Christian Conway. And again, similar to how we work it with the Tim Eccles Award, our top winner has the opportunity to be here at National Convention and read his or her essay. And it is my privilege, and I think you will be very encouraged to hear the essay from a student from North Carolina. He just started with TeenPact this year, went to the North Carolina class. First time he's participated in TeenPact. His name is Kyle Kennard, so please welcome our winner, Kyle.
Hello. Hope you guys are all doing well. It's such an honor to be here. Before I start off my essay, I'd just like to give a couple thanks. So first to the Brazell family, just thank you for this opportunity for putting on this scholarship, and I hope this essay really honors Jimmy. He was such an amazing person, an amazing student for TeenPact. And then next, I'd like to thank Mr. Martin, and just for helping put on just this amazing event. It's just been such an awesome experience. And I just joined TeenPact just over a month ago, so it's just been such a roller coaster of emotions, and it's just been amazing. And next, I'd like to thank my mom just for pushing me to go do these activities and do yeah. Thank you. Just for pushing me to get out there. And then just thank you, Mom, for telling me to write this essay because I got a free trip out of it. And then, biggest thanks, of course, is to just our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. All these works, they're not done by me. They're worked through Christ for me to do. So just big thanks to Jesus. And so I'll go ahead and get started with this essay. Alrighty. An unpayable yet forgiven debt. The world is an evil place, and the only way to conquer such evil is through good people. A biblically good person is Christ-filled and has a servant-minded attitude. Romans 13:4 says, "For he is God's servant for your good. But if you do wrong, be afraid. For he does not bear the sword in vain. For he is the servant of God, an avenger who carries out God's wrath on the wrongdoer." God's people are called to be warriors for truth, but with the servant's heart. Christians are not meant to seek out attention and be vain, but Christians are meant to be like Jesus and lend helping hands. Jesus washed sinners' feet, healed sinners, and died for sinners. And through these deeds, Jesus had a servant-minded attitude. My ultimate goal in life is to be like Jesus, and even though I know I'll never attain such perfection, I will always strive for it. These are my greatest servant-minded achievements that I've attained in my life through Christ. Abortion is one of the greatest threats to America, and yet it's hardly talked about. Nearly 1 million deaths a year in America alone from preborn children. Society embraces abortion instead of trying to conquer it. Luckily, there are good people who fight the battle against abortion, which I have been so graciously allowed to partake in. I joined the fight against abortion around 1.5 years ago in late 2019. And for the past 9 months, I go out to the abortion clinics between 1 and 3 times a week to minister to the mothers who are facing the decision of life and death for their child. An amazing evangelist by the name of Greg Stevens has taught me how to preach God's gospel, the gift of life, and our resources to the mothers. Greg and I have been cursed at, made fun of, and our lives threatened multiple times. But God has protected us every time. I've successfully been a part of 3 baby saves, and 2 of the saves were with other volunteers, and 1 was by myself and God alone. The save I had by myself was recent, and it all started with the mother lying to me. She said she wasn't even there at the clinic for an abortion, but rather medical treatment. After a long conversation, she opened up, and she said she was actually there for an abortion. We prayed, and she said she trusted God, and she left that clinic immediately. And now there will be a child born within the next 9 months who has been saved by God's grace and mercy. So while me and Greg are at the clinics, we preach nothing but what God says about the Bible to the mothers. We speak verses such as Jeremiah 1:5, Deuteronomy 30:19, Genesis 1:27, and Proverbs 31:8-9, which all condemn abortion and call all Christians to speak up for life. Then we offer resources donated locally and nationally to the mothers. I have seen the pain of the mothers and fathers who have chosen abortion, and I will not stop till I drop to end abortion in this nation. God has blessed my life with the gift of endurance, so I use this gift to further his kingdom. On May 1st, 2021, I ran my first charity marathon, which I coordinated by myself to fight against the fight of human sex trafficking. Sex trafficking is another underlying problem that people look over daily. Over 800,000 women, which are at least known of, are stolen from their homes and forced into sex slavery, which happens worldwide. I ran my marathon for the Christian charity known as Speed the Light, which helps fund operatives to stop sex trafficking. This marathon that I did was such an amazing experience with such a great cause, and I hope to run for other great causes like this one. My ultimate and greatest achievement in life, which is honestly the hardest one, is pursuing to act like Christ every day. Nothing is harder than trying to show qualities such as love, kindness, patience, and all the other fruits of the Spirit. It's overwhelming at times, and it nearly seems impossible. But prayer, the Bible, and good Christian fellowship are the few things that get me going through the day. I'm not perfect, and I definitely will never be perfect, but I'll never stop yearning to love others as Christ loved me. Jesus died on the cross for me, and that's a debt I can never repay. But I will never stop trying to repay it until the day I go to be with him. God has given every individual a unique gift that everyone should use to glorify him. Philippians 2:13 says, "For it is God who works in you, both to will for his good pleasure." He gives us these gifts not to make life harder on us, but say, they will make him happy and us even happier. We love him because he first loved us. And this servant-minded leadership is just one singular way to show the world and God how much we love him and what we will do to prove our Christianity. Nothing is impossible and unattainable through Christ, which I'm so blessed to have recognized at a young age. So that's the end of my essay, but I'd like to share with you guys a quick story. So there were two pastors, and they walked into a bar. And this isn't a bad joke, I promise. So they walked into a bar after a long day, and across the bar, they saw a gang. This gang, they were breaking bottles, cursing, and causing a disturbance. But there was a little old bartender. She was a little old lady, and she asked them to stop, but they wouldn't. So these pastors, they rose up and they said, stop, don't do that. But this gang, they said, let's take this outside. Right? That they meaning they want to throw some hands. So they went outside, the pastors, they threw up their fists. And I'll tell you what, they were strong in the spirit, but they weren't too strong in the biceps. So I don't know what they were thinking. So as they were getting ready to fight, the gang looks at them, at the pastors, and then they look up, and then they run away. These pastors, they say, scram, get out of here. But little did they know, there's a 6'8" man weighing 280 pounds behind them. You see that man? His name was Bubba. Bubba was that bartender's son. And when that son came out there at the time that he was needed to, he was there to fight the fight. And that's kind of how our relationship is with God. You see, we go out and we take on the fight, but it's not us that the enemy is scared of. It's God. See, God's behind us. And he's not a 6'8", 280-pound man. No, he's the creator of the universe. So we don't have to be afraid. So go out, be courageous, be bold. Thank you all so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Kyle. What an amazing story. The other award that we are giving out this afternoon is the TeenPact Hall of Fame. In 2012, the 2011-2012 President and Vice President, Stephen Blunk and Valen Caldwell, came to me and said, Mr. Martin, for our executive order, we would like to implement a TeenPact Hall of Fame. We think that TeenPact's been around long enough, and there are people that have made such an incredible impact on TeenPact that we want to have a Hall of Fame. And I thoroughly endorsed their executive order, thought it was really a wonderful idea. The way that the process works is that the TeenPact Board of Directors and employees gather names of individuals that we would recommend as nominees for the TeenPact the TeenPact Hall of Fame. And we give the biographies of that information to the elected officials for that year. So the president and vice president and the elected officials, the representatives and senators, have the opportunity of choosing one or two members from the nominees that will be elected into the TeenPact Hall of Fame. How do you become eligible for the Hall of Fame? Well, you make a great impact on TeenPact. This can be students, staffers, employees, volunteers, key individuals that have made a tremendous impact on TeenPact. You have to be out of your position, your key position, for 3 years to become eligible. So it's not that somebody can finish a job and then the very next year they can be eligible. Similar to most Hall of Fames, they have a period where you have to be gone, retired, so to speak, so that you determine, did you have a lasting impact? And you see the lasting impact over 2, 3, 4, 5 years. So today, we are going to, in that time, since they implemented that, we have inducted 20 individuals into the TeenPact Hall of Fame. Individuals that you would know and recognize by their name. Individuals like Mr. Eccles, Cindy and Roland Cox, who have served as board members in multiple areas, and students who started the one-day program. A lady named Stacy Jakes, who started that program. Curtis Watley and his family, who have been involved in multiple ways, including survival. So you know a lot of these individuals. Go on the website someday and look at all of the various names. It's really encouraging to see the impact that they have made. But today, as one of their final pieces of action as the president and vice president of 2020, 2021, would you please welcome Jake Myers and Katie Patterson.
Our first inductee is Joseph McGowan. Joseph McGowan attended his first TeenPact class in Texas in the year 2001. He went back as an alumni in 2002 and also attended several alumni events. Joseph staffed a few classes in 2003 and he interned with TeenPact in 2004. He also served as a program director in 2005 as well as a senior program director in 2006. Mr. McGowan attended Army basic training in summer 2006 and went to airborne school, and in 2007 ultimately ended up serving as an infantry scout in a reconnaissance platoon. He attended Army Sniper School in 2008 and deployed to Baghdad, Iraq in 2009 as a sniper team leader. Re-enlisted in 2010 as an explosive ordnance disposal contract and deployed to Afghanistan in 2012 as an EOD team leader. Joseph was wounded in Afghanistan. He got out of Afghanistan in 2014 and immediately started the police academy for the Grand Prairie, Texas Police Department, where he continues to serve today. He lives in Waxahachie, Texas on a small farm with his wife, his 4 boys, and a bunch of dogs, chickens, goats, and pigs. Everybody please give a round of applause for your Hall of Fame inductee, Joseph McGowan.
Our next inductee is Laurel Morton. Mrs. Morton served various roles in TeenPact leadership schools over her career that spanned 15 years. She established the inaugural class in Missouri, serving as the state coordinator for over 10 years. She then went on to help start classes in 7 other states, including my own very home state in Nebraska. She worked closely with state coordinators, oftentimes moving from support to great friends. Mrs. Horton was hired as the first field director and set the standard for serving the state coordinators across the TeenPact nation. She and her husband live in Missouri and are in the process of building their new dream home with views of each new sunrise and sunset. Everybody give a warm round of applause to the TeenPact Hall of Fame inductee, Miss Laurel Morton.
TeenPact Nation, how you doing? My name is Caleb Sayers.
And I'm Lainey Williams.
And welcome to the TeenPact's Got Talent Top 3 finale. Give it up.
We had an awesome turnout at the top 15 live auditions at Dixon Center yesterday, and we're excited to announce that we have the top 3 figured out, and they're going to be performing for you guys today. And then at the end of it, you guys are going to get to choose who you want to be the winner of TeenPact's Got Talent.
Absolutely. And with that, we're going to be moving right into our first contestant. So please give a warm welcome to Grayson Graham.
What's up? Okay, so I'm Grayson, and I'm just gonna sing a song for you guys. It's called Multiplied by Need to Breathe. Here we go. Right? Yeah, that's what I said. Your love is like radiant diamonds bursting inside us. We cannot contain. Your love will surely come find us like blazing wildfires, singing your name. God of mercy, sweet love of mine, I have surrendered to your desire. And may this offering stretch across the skies, these hallelujah be multiplied. 'Cause your love is like radiant diamonds bursting inside us. We cannot contain. Oh, your love will surely come find us like blazing wildfires, singing your name. God of mercy, sweet love of mine, I have surrendered to your desire. And may this offering stretch across the skies, these hallelujah be multiplied. Oh, multiply. Oh, multiply. Oh, multiply. Oh, God of mercy, sweet love of mine, I have surrendered to your desire. And may this offering stretch across the skies, these hallelujah be multiplied. These hallelujah be multiplied.
For our next act, we have the opportunity to hear from a boy band of sorts. So would you please help me? Please help us in welcoming up Uneven Lanes.
Hello, I'm Luke, and these are my two brothers, Andrew and John. We're gonna play a song for you today. We also go by the name Uneven Lanes. If you want to, you can check out our YouTube channel. need just a man and his will to survive. So many times it happened too fast. You change your passion for glory. Don't lose your grip on the dreams of the past. You must fight just to keep them alive. It's the eye of the tiger, it's the thrill of the fight, rising up to the challenge of our rival. And the last known survivor starts spraying the night, and he's watching us all with the eye of the tiger. Face to face, out in the heat, hanging tough, staying hungry. They stack the odds till we take to the street with the kill, with the skill to survive. It's the eye of the tiger, it's the thrill of the fight, rising up to the challenge of our rival. And the last known survivor starts spraying the night, and he's watching us all with the eye of the tiger. The eye of the tiger. The eye of the tiger. The eye of the tiger.
Wow, 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 wow. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like I could go run a marathon right now. Like, that just made me like, woo! But give it one more time for the Gentry brothers. Incredible.
For our third and final contestant today, please help me in giving a warm applause to Chloe Marchman.
Hi everyone, hello. My name's Chloe Marchman, and this next song is gonna be a little bit more serious after that fun. But this song that I wrote is actually about abortion, and it's from the perspective of the unborn children. So I think that it's really fitting that this song doesn't have a title, because none of those children ever got to receive a name or anything. So I hope you enjoy. Inconvenient and quiet. I have no voice, the only choice is to be silent. I try to make her cry, to weigh on your spirit, but you can't hear it, so that means I'm not real. And since I don't look exactly like you at this time, that strips me of my worth and even my life. Is anybody there? Can anybody hear? Will you please be the voice I need? Can anybody see what's happening to me? How I have zero control over my destiny. seems so unfair. Goes against the fundamentals of what we believe as a country. And I thought there were equal rights for all, whether big or whether small, but I guess that means all except for me. So can someone please believe that my life matters? And can someone speak up on this matter? 'Cause there are millions more like me.
Thank you so much, Chloe. Let's give one more round of applause for our final 3 contestants.
Yeah, after seeing all those, it was truly incredible, but now we have the time to vote for who you guys think should win. So if you guys would pull out your phones right now, we're going to have a QR code that you guys can pull out your phones and open the camera. And then we're gonna stay on the side so you guys can all get it. This process does not require talking.
All righty. That has been our time of voting. Thank you guys so much for being here, because you guys have to be here right now. But we really appreciate it. This has been TeenPact's Got Talent Final 3. Thank you guys so much for coming.
Bye, see y'all.